Welcome everybody to a second G League rundown of the week. It's been a good 3 days of games already. I've enjoyed what I've been able to see, Cardell. I definitely know you enjoyed it. Um, Today was a fun day. But before we get started, I'm gonna let you guys know the standings and then the slate of games for the day. Uh, Earlier, the first game of the day was Erie Bayhawks and Raptors 905. The Bayhawks beat the Raptors 138-126. Canton Charge beat the Greensboro Swarm 130 to 114. G League Ignite won their second straight game, 109-103 over Oklahoma City Blue. Lakeland Magic beat the Long Island Nets 106 to 100. Santa Cruz Warriors, they fell to the Delaware Bluecoats 103 to 92. The Iowa Wolves fell to Aguadaliente Clippers 96-94. As for the standings, several teams got off to a nice 2-0 start. Those teams are the Erie Bayhawks, the Westchester Knicks, Delaware Bluecoats, G League Ignite, and the Austin Spurs. That leaves that many more teams at 1-1. Those being Raptors 905, Lakeland Magic, Memphis Hustle, Rio Grande Valley Vipers, Canton Charge, Agua Caliente Clippers, Long Island Nets, Oklahoma City Blue, Iowa Wolves, Iowa Wolves start the trend of the 0-2 teams. Iowa Wolves, Fort Wayne Mad Ants, Santa Cruz Warriors, Greensboro Swarm, and the Salt Lake City Stars. All right, so Cardell, we're going to start with you. Who stood out today?
Oh, we definitely got to start with Greensboro Swarm, Charlotte Hornets, G League affiliate, rookie big man Vernon Carey Jr., what to do. He probably had the performance of the day, probably the performance so far of the season. He had 32 points and 13 rebounds on 14 of 28 shooting in a losing effort. The Canton Charge can't do anything with him. He had a slow first quarter, but when he got going, he got going. To me, he's a technician on the block. He can score with either hand, on either block, or turn over both shoulders, get into the paint, but he can also step out and shoot it with range. Pick and roll, pick and pop situations, pick and drop. He's for him, it's just the defensive end. I think that's what's keeping him out the league because offensively, he's skilled and he's sound already, as you can see in the game and in this clip. Not saying he's going to average 32 and 13 moving forward, but I do expect like consistent 20 and 10 type nights. I think he's that gifted and that skill, especially with his size being like 6'10", 250, 260, and he's fairly mobile. And then obviously lefty, you always got, in basketball, lefties give a lot of dudes trouble, but with him, once he figures the defensive end out, he'll be in the big show for sure. Next up, this kid pretty much he's fighting for the number one pick, Jonathan Kuminga, G League Ignite team, 24 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 7 of 15 shooting from the field, and 2 of 5 shooting from deep. He had a great first game, so I kind of expected him. All right, they got a scouting report on him, they got some film on him. Maybe they'll slow down. So they'll key in on him. He'll have a little average game or something today, and he actually had a better game. Like I said, he has a motor that you just can't teach. He's always going 100 miles per hour on both ends, and that's what I love about him, man. Honestly, he pretty much telling guys, leave me. Yeah, this gonna be I'm gonna be one and done in this league, and I'm going to the show. I'm gonna get drafted, and I'm going to the show, and I'm gonna do my thing, man. He's so athletic and his skill, but like I said, his motor is like that of a player that's trying to crack the rotation, trying to make the team, and you don't get that with everybody. That's rare, and I think that's what separates him with a lot of players. I think that's what makes him special. Jalen Green, another talented guard on that team, super athletic. Crazy length, had 21 points, 5 rebounds, or 8 to 12 shooting. He had an okay first game. This game, he came out and exploded. He found the spots. I think he's an ISO wizard. I think it's like what Brian Shaw said in the post-game interview. And that's what Jerry Jack is trying to teach him, is that once he learns how to just slow things down, because right now, basically, their only experience is high school. So, young players, they're 100 miles per hour. Once he learn and pick his spots, learn how to slow down the 3 speed, know when to go from, slow, the fastest, and mix it up and whatnot, he's gonna be dangerous, man. Because he has the tools, especially physically. He has the tools, the one-on-one tools, to be a dynamic scorer at the next level and a two-way threat. You know, with that length and athleticism and stuff like that, and his size, yeah, he should be able to lock guys up in the next level, man. The only way he's a trash defender is if he's just lazy on that end. You know, so hopefully I know with this team they're preaching good habits, so I expect that to continue with him as he moves to the next level because he definitely gonna get drafted. A familiar name for the Wizards and Go-Go, Chasing Randall, OKC Blue, had 22 points. I don't know. I know defensively, that's the word. He's kind of a liability or whatnot, but offensively and professionalism, I mean, it's A plus. You know what I mean? He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you points. He's gonna be professional, and he's not gonna hurt you in that area. So. I don't know why it's back and forth, but I hope when he comes up, because I could see him getting called up, especially with the schedule at the NBA, back to backs and guys going down, and the overall grind. I can see him as he proves himself getting a call up later in the season. I don't see why he shouldn't stick, man, because it's a lot of guards playing right now that can't do what he do. It's just as simple as that, and don't have his experience. Toronto Raptors, 905. G League affiliate Malachi Flynn. He did work and lost to the Bayhawks. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists on 10 to 20 shooting from the field. Obviously the Raptors are loaded on the perimeter with Kyle Lowry and Van Vliet and those guys. But Flynn will be up there soon if he keeps on having nights like tonight, man. He went to work in every way possible, man. He runners, deep threes, mid range. Step back, facilitating, getting in there, sticking his nose in there, getting rebounds. People don't understand he only 6 feet, 6'1", so he's not that big. So changing direction, keeping guys off balance and stuff, man. If it wasn't for the Raptors' depth, he would probably already be up there. So they got to get him reps because there's no point in him just watching, sitting on the bench. You know what I'm saying? Keep him sharp, get him ready. Yeah, exactly, man. He's tailor made for that system, man. And we all know they do a good job of scouting and developing it as is, man. You know what I'm saying? You see that with Stockholm over the years and Boucher. So look at that, man. That's cool. I mean, it is what it is. That's pro move. That's NBA move. That's the show move. So I was definitely impressed with him. And last but not least is former takeover in Virginia for center Mamadou Diakite. He rebounded from a subpar first game with 20 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 blocks on 8 of 11 shooting for the Lakeland Magic. His offense has expanded greatly since Virginia. Virginia, he was more of a shot blocker, inside finisher. He had step out, hit a couple jumpers. It wasn't something that Tony Bennett relied on or called all the time. In this game, he went coast to coast, getting a rebound, taking the ball, dribbling through traffic. He went to work on a block, shot it from mid-range. I mean, it was impressive to see. He showcased dimensions of his game I didn't even know he had. You know what I'm saying? Because if he did show this at Virginia, yeah, that stock might have been a lot higher, man. He might not be here right now. So, 6'9", highly athletic with length. Look at this pop up. Look, get to the elbow, get right above the free throw line, knock it down, no hesitation, man. You didn't see that a lot from him at Virginia. Look at him right here on the block, about to go to work.
Ain't see none of this.
Exactly, man. So the way he's expanded his game shows you there's a lot of potential and a lot that he's a worker. Yeah, he always had that. He always had that. So
I'm sorry.
Pop the trunk.
I didn't know his jumper was that smooth either. Not to be funny, like I didn't know his offensive game is that fluid now.
He been working. It's amazing. It's amazing what can happen when you put in the work. Just put in the work. And you don't see any mixtapes or clips of him and all that. It's showing up in the game. So, hey, man, if he continue to play like that, he will not be around for long. Not with his size and athleticism and the way his skill is. The league love that right now. So, and his versatility defensively, man. He can guard, honestly, because of how athletic and tall and long he is. He can guard a 3, 4, and some 5s, depending on what type of 5 it is. You know what I mean? So, he just need to stay consistent. He won't be there long.
Gotcha. All right. Moving on to G League Ignite. As you guys know, just for anybody that's new, these are the segments we're gonna have every Wednesday, every Friday. let you guys know what's happening each day at games, the standings. Cardell just went through the standout players league-wide. Now, every week, he and Raymond will share their notes on the Ignite and then the Bayhawks. And then they let you know who both of them think is on the verge. Today's just going to be Cardell. So, Cardell, your thoughts on the Ignites, sir?
I'm gonna start off with Jerry Jack. Man, he just Mr. Consistency, man. I heard on the post game of the first game when we talked about it, how he said he feels like this is the best he's felt in his professional career. Now, keep in mind what he just said. This is the best I felt in my professional career since he's been in the league. That's saying something. I know he took like I said, we covered him when he was in New York. You could tell he was hurting. You could tell like he was playing on one leg. But then he took a couple years off. I know he played in the G League last year, but going into that year, he was down there down south at P3 and working, getting his body right, back in line and stuff like that. He had a good year last year, and now he just look amazing as far as his shape, how he's moving, how springy he is, how springy he looks, his explosion, his quickness, his speed. And his consistency, man. That's just something I'm just been impressed with, man. Because, let's be real. Former NBA vets, guys that played a long time in the league, coming to the G League, it could hit their ego a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot. Where they just like, man, look, I'm above this. This is beneath me or something. Man, he's just handling it as a professional. On top of teaching these youngsters, he's actually being like an extension of B. Shaw on the floor. And that's just great to see. He has 16 points, 9 assists, 2 rebounds, and 6 of 16 shooting. What more do you want, man? Perfect from 3, 2-2 from 3, 2-2 from the free throw line. And he let their youngest rock because they had it going and still got his. I mean, he's just a pro, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see, like I say, the first day we did the show on Wednesday, I can't see him staying around guys doing what they're supposed to do up at the NBA level as far as looking for guys to come and help them. He could definitely help, especially like a team on the verge that needs some good guard play or something like that. He definitely can help, you know what I'm saying? The guys that playoff teams are possible contenders. He's perfect for them right now because he can fit right in and he's ready to go. Obviously, I talked about Kuminga, his all-around impact. I think he's out of all the young guys on the Ignite, I think he's the best all around because he impacts the game in so many ways. It's not just offense. He do it with intangibles. He do it defensively. He never stops competing, man. You know what I mean? And I just love this kid, man. Like I said, he got to be in the number 1 pick conversation because of everything he brings plus his potential. He don't even know what he's looking at right now. He's just hooping. You know what I'm saying, off of raw natural ability and stuff like that. When he figured it out, it's going to be nasty, man. Jalen Green, like I said, he had a highly efficient game scoring the ball. I just think he's so dynamic. Put it this way. I'm not comparing these guys. I'm just trying to tell you the mode that they're in. Kuminga, to me, is more along the lines of like a Kobe, as far as his polish and stuff like that, his motor, how he competes and do it in every way. Jalen Green is more of a dynamic athlete and stuff, and with the length and stuff, he reminds me more of a McGrady. You see what I'm saying? Not saying they're going to be those type of players, but I'm just trying to tell you the difference and what they bring right now. You know what I'm saying? Where he's just a monster, putting a offensive monster right now. You know what I mean? With the potential to be elite defender if he puts his mind to it. With the athleticism and size, his length, it's hard for guys to deal with, man. For whatever 48, it's just hard for them. And last but not least, Isaiah Todd, he didn't really have a good game. The first game on Wednesday, but he bounced back today. He had a very solid performance. He had 12 points and 7 rebounds. Didn't shoot the ball efficiently, 4-12, but that's to be expected. He banging against grown men. You know what I mean? He's still trying to adjust to that. 6'10" kid out of Baltimore, actually athletic with a lot of skill, man, versatile as hell. So I think once he get acclimated to the physicality, because people don't understand the G League is very physical. Once he get used to that, then I think he'll be able to hold his own on the block and his positioning to be able to make plays and score more. And B. Shaw will go to him more.
All right, moving on to the Erie Bayhawks, aka pretty much the section where they're the G League team that has several Wizards G League players because the Wizards did not field a team For those that do not know, I believe it's 4 Wizards players that are on the Bayhawks. I think it's 4 as of right now. Or is it 5 counting Cassius?
Well,
It's 5 counting Cassius, right?
if you include Jordan Bell, Childs, Holmesley, and Cassius Winston, so yeah, and then I know Matthews might be depending on, but he's playing well, so yeah, about 4 or 5.
Okay, so again, that's where some of the Wizards players are, the Wizards G League guys are. So Cardell, your thoughts on them?
Playing well together, playing unselfishly. Obviously the Erie Bayhawks, they have a lot of players from many teams, but for guys to kind of be in different situations and stuff like that, which makes it hard to win in the G League because of that. They're playing well, cohesive. They're playing their roles and they're winning. So you can't knock it at all. But who stood out in this game in the win over the Raptors 905? 6'10" Will Magnay dominated inside. 20 points, 7 rebounds, 2 blocks on 9 of 11 shooting from the field, 2 or 3 from deep. He jump hooked the Raptors to death, man. He has an old school traditional big type of game. Yeah, he's not gonna jump over nobody. He's not gonna blow past you, but he is gonna make plays to get to his spots and make it and do work, man. It's like the old man in the gym. You think, he can't keep up no more, and then you look up, he's busting your ass. And he got 20 and 10. You like, what's really going on? You trying to figure it out, but you can't. You know what I'm saying? And obviously with his size and skill, it's a match of nightmare. You know what I mean? He's deceptive. He's not going to blow past you, but you can't sleep on his quickness and speed because obviously, as you can see, he can pop out and get away from you and make it happen. So, he had a very good game tonight. Jordan Bell, 25.6 rebounds, 3 assists, on 11 of 14 shooting from the field. Goes to show you the Raptors 905 defense was you know what I mean? These dudes ain't barely, hey man, they barely felt them guys. They barely missed. But yeah, he had a monster game, man. I think he's more mature than from the stuff that happened in Golden State. I think he's hungry. I think he's ready to showcase his game. Like we always felt when he was in Golden State, he was kind of in the mode of Draymond with more athleticism. The difference is Draymond's, at that time was more disciplined, more mature and stuff. I know people look at that like, because he's emotional, but that's different than being immature. He's just emotional. But I think he took that opportunity for granted. I'm talking about Jordan Bell.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, but I think he's hungry now. He's ready to rock, and you see it. He's been consistent. Even with the Wizards, when he had a couple games up there, he may not have shot the ball well, but he still impacted the game well. He's saying you felt him. So, he definitely get his shot again. And former UConn point guard Jalen Adams had a good night. 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, and on 7 of 15 shooting from the field. Just an efficient game, controlled the floor, knocked down shots when he had them. Just played a steady game, man. Kind of what you always saw at UConn and stuff. So he's starting to figure it out. Cassius Winston, 10 points, 7 assists, 2 rebounds on 4 of 11 shooting, 2 of 5 from 3. That's what you should expect from Cassius, man. He's not gonna really make too many mistakes. He's gonna run the show, and he's gonna impact the game in a positive way. And for him, it's just a matter of him knocking down outside shots from deep and being able to defend bigger guards. I think that's the questions with him. You know what I'm saying? Because in the league, he didn't really, let's just say, he didn't really mess up per se, but it was hard for him to consistently give them the impact that they need for him to stick up there, you know what I'm saying, over the veteran guards. So with some season, I know he'll be ready soon enough.
All right, then our last segment, folks that are on the verge. I think on Wednesday, Jared Jack was the first name that popped up for both you and Raymond. You guys have anybody that joined him on that list?
Oh, Vernon Carey for sure. Vernon Carey Jr. You putting up 32 and 13. Somebody better be looking at you, and I'm not. I know Mike ain't about to let him. I know Mike and him. I know Mike ain't look at man. Get him up here now. You know what I'm saying? They could use the inside scoring. You know what I mean? And obviously Kuminga and Green. They pretty much saying league me. You know what I mean? This season gonna be a highlight reel. And I'll see Adam Silver next whatever this summer. I'll see him this summer. Simple as that.
But now I implore you guys to try to, it's most of the games on ESPN Plus, some are on ESPNU, some of the big time, the there's a few primetime matchups that are on ESPN, ESPN2, throughout the schedule. Like it's literally a month long. A lot of us are still stuck in the house, man. There's basketball on like 11 a.m. Tune in.
Yep.
Again, you won't be disappointed. Like again, it's folks trying to get their way up out of that to the big show. It's definitely worth your time.
And in the league, and I think the league is what 20%. 20% of the league has G League experience, D League, whatever G League experience is value. They develop and they come there, and then they end up being a player that makes a difference for your team. I mean, you just saw the playoffs last year. Lou Dort made a name for himself and how he defended James Harden and stuff. I mean, you saw Pascal Siakam. He's a former G League vet. Boucher. Christian Wood, we was watching him his first year with the Herd, the Milwaukee Bucks affiliate. He was like, man, if he could put it together, get up there with Giannis, and the Bucks, I guess they couldn't afford whatever. He went to Detroit, killed. Hey man, Houston, like, we're gonna get you back. Come down here and rock, man. He was rocking before he got hurt, so it's value in this league, man. Don't just take it as some BS. And honestly, if you're a real basketball person, you should want to watch the stuff because everybody in this league are former college stars. So, keep an eye on them.
Again, you heard what he said. Wholeheartedly agree. It's definitely worth your time. We'll see you guys, what's it called, Sunday, Wizards Outlook. And then again, for this program right here, every Wednesday and Friday night. You guys have a great one. See you guys soon.